for his club. So he was that kind of man, and that's a sad and a tragic story, but thoughts and prayers are with him, and especially for their daughter.
So this game is ready to get underway, and it will be Glenwood in the green, playing from right to left on your screens. Holding the ball is Jerome Bosser. Boy, we've been talking about, just 17 years old, a big talent, playing at fullback today instead of fly half. And a tricky wind being harnessed by that kick. It's taken by Jordan Dupree. And there's the first penalty. It's quite a stiff breeze blowing across the field.
Well, it just didn't really get the hold of that ball off the ground. It's just the placement of the ball off the bounce. But at the end, it worked out well for Glenwood because they got the penalty. And now they can launch an attack from this kick for the poles. It's going for post.
Well, he's a confident boy. We've seen before that he can kick a rugby ball, but in the prevailing conditions, this is going to be a real tough kick for him.
It will be a real tough kick. This is what happened on that breakdown. They had to get up and make sure that they don't have their hands on the ball by using themselves to clear the play on the platform. But having two players bound together, they could have got a turnover there. So they stuck onto the ball. They never pushed past it.
Now Jerome Bosser is one of the players going to Craven Week later this year. And he's going to have to give this everything. Yeah, that's hanging up in the wind. And we talked about that wind, and I'm not sure that Jerome Bosser recognised how much it would affect that kick.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if it, because there was a school game, second team were playing before that, so they didn't have the time to actually take the kicks and get the feel and gauge the wind. So that's one of the things that as a schoolboy you have to consider every time you have an opportunity.
So Glenwood with the feed to the line out. That's not where it was intended, but Renier van Rooyen did well for the green machine. Good counter ruck though from Monument, and they win the penalty.
Oh, it's great work right over the ball. Monument making sure that they keep that ball. It was the 8th man, Marco Palvi. Got himself in a great position. They could not move him. Oh, Len Hussein, beg your pardon.
And the ball in touch. There's that man, Len Hussein.
An isolated player on the ground. Look at the way that he gets himself in the right body position. Alba had to get underneath him and make sure that he gets his head in between his shoulder and his arm so that he can get the power over him, so he can drive him off the ball. But great work from the 8th man, Messiah.
The skipper finds Thomas Meyer in the middle of the line, and now they'll get the driving maul going. It's held by that man, Hussein, on the 10-metre line. Still going forward. The backs have come in to join in as well. And Glenwood have got to find a way to stop this drive. Here goes Hussein, breaking off, and he will want to set the next phase from Hare. Pick and go. Takes it to the 22. Now the first real touch for the back line, and it's gone forward from Emir Pelser. Turnover ball for Glenwood, and a good drive back upfield from them. Dupree. Holzhausen with the step. He's tackled by the big Ruan Famak. That's a knock-on coming from Renier van Rooyen.
Oh, that ball, they wanted it to be quick. Glenwood, the green machine, had the numbers on. Mona's on the blind side. Holzhausen took the ball into contact. Just impatient and picking and going from the full, should build up the momentum so they can release their back line, so they can line out on the outside. But mistakes earlier on in this game. 2 turnovers.
Well, that wind is really gusting. We can certainly feel it here in the commentary box. And unusually, we're actually quite low to the ground here. We're normally quite high.
Coach. Bond.
You'll note that Blake Beattie, our referee, is wearing a fine pair of lime green shorts, and that's in sympathy with the Jess Ford Foundation, which helps to raise money for the fight against rape.
Crouch.
Now putting the ball in for Monument is Jacques Hubert.
Bond. One.
Well, incorrect at the moment of coming together, and therefore the free kick goes the way of Glenwood. Here's Palvi. He's their biggest forward and certainly their best ball carrier. Dupré sends it out to Blozet. He takes it over the halfway line. Let's see how well the Krugersdorp boys have held that ball up in the air. They're looking for use it or lose it here. And indeed, they've managed to turn it over. That's brilliant work. Back it comes. A long ball out wide. There's a flying machine on the left wing in Odwa Nkanyana. He's the boy in the scrum cap there, but that looks like turnover ball in turn for Glenwood. And what a drive from, that looks like Sean Maduna doing good work. Now Dupré.
Back.
Holzhausen. And there's the big hit coming in from Ruan Vermaak. This ball might be turned over again.
Counter's good.
Look at the strength of the counter driving from the boys from Krugersdorp, and look at the pace of this man, Elmar Duplessis. Oh, he was looking for the scoring pass there, and has indeed got it away, and Jacques Hubert gets the try. Odwa and Nkanyana, I think, got tackled without the ball, and so they needed another ball carrier. They found one.
Oh, what good work. Scoring that try. Backing up his outside centre was Jacques Hubert. But what good work. They spot the space on the outside, and he was ankle tap. You're right, Andy, but look at the patience that he shows here. The outside centre to Plessis, and then backing up, the wraparound of the ball, and then the finishing in the corner. What a start from the away side.
And how about the ball skills of the try scorer there? He had it behind his back.
Just skills galore here. That's what schoolboy rugby is all about.
Now lining up the conversion is Zander Creer. And this is a tough kick in the conditions.
At least he will be assisted with this little breeze that comes right behind him.
Zander Creer is a Gauteng cricketer. I always like it when I see cricketers at fly half.
Just shows you all the brain. Supposed to be much more composed, isn't it?
It's a good-looking strike, and he's got it. What a kick that is.
Oh, Zander Creer talked about this Monument side and how strong they were on contact. That was from the turnover ball. Look at this, spotting up the space, using that, knowing that he's got a 7 in front of him. Duplessis making sure that he keeps the ball under patience, and then that passing of the ball. Oh, what a try. Good hands.
Well, Monument have certainly shown what they're capable of early in this game.
Okay.
They haven't had a steamroller of a season, Monument, but they've won some important games.
Stable.
1-1, lost one against Egeer Jensen, which is often one of the ways that they gauge.
Yeah, it's one of those rivalries. At least now it's squared up, but every time you want to have it a 2-0.
And as for Glenwood, they put a half-century of points on Maritzburg College at the beginning of the season, but since then it's been a little bit up and down for them.
They were outstanding at Kings Park against College. Lots to expect it from these man, Palvi.
Palvi has lost the ball though, and here goes our try scorer, Jacques Hubert. Look at the pace of the lad, takes it over halfway. Maduna misses the tackle. Still going forward is Hubert. Now the forwards join in.
One hit, fair steal.
Looks like Glenwood may have stolen it on the ground.
Stay.
Back from Dupré. And off the left boot. Is that going to go straight into touch? Oh. No, it's perfectly placed.
Oh, he finds a spot. Almost looked like he's had the ball on the string there. But it's a hard work. Turnover here. Not accurate in terms of their play. But this is what I enjoy about Jube. He looks for the spaces, always attacking.
Just right.
Creates opportunity. Seeing Maduna gets himself in the right position, and he works hard and turns over that ball. Exciting talent is Maduna.
Tail ball for Moners, it has gone too far. I think that one caught the wind. Here's Holzhausen, the fly half for Glenwood. Now Dupree gives it to Palvi. Don't give him space.
Tackle only.
Dupree with the flat ball. This time it's Namakaba running onto it. And the cheer you hear is because they're right up against the section where all of the Glenwood pupils are standing.
Offside number 6 watts.
That will be penalty in a kickable position. Have to wait and see what Namakaba decides on here.
Kicker, you going for poles?
Well, I was going to go for poles again. Should have the distance. He was out. He was not right behind the last man's feet, but they do go take the ball on the outside. This is clever taking the ball. You can see the fellow scholars there happy and joyful to trying to cheer him on, but the offside was from the number 6. It was Potgieter, Reino Potgieter, spotted by our referee, and that's where the infringement was, and that's why they've got a penalty in lining it up now, Glenwood.
Bosser then, and he has not got hold of that.
It's definitely the first kick has
I need better timing, okay? You're too
taken
early.
the lads off the tune. It seems they have to go back to the processes, look at what
Just
they
make
do
sure players
at
don't
training and try and replicate that now onto the competition field.
So Moners, 11 minutes gone in this game. They lead by a converted try to 0. And that's a wicked bounce of the ball. Glenwood have done well to keep it in play. Forwards have come in and scragged. That man ruined for Mark in the red scrum cap is going to get penalised here for the high tackle.
Captain and number 4, Colombia. Colombia, relax. Okay, I understand you're tall, but you cannot go around the neck. You need to make sure the tackles are lower. Okay, number 4, white.
Well, this is definitely what they call. It's a tactic that Ireland use a lot in international rugby. It's called a choke tackle, but not around the throat, just about keeping the man up so that he can turn over the ball, because it's a use it or lose it more law. But that was around the neck.
Nice line though from the referee. I understand you're tall, as he looked up at him.
I was just trying to stand up, ref.
5.
Taken by Garber for Glenwood.
Those penalties would be something that
Nick,
Monument have to look at.
Held in the back by Brummer.
Run out. 9-4.
Brummer doing a good job here. He's staying bound. Glenwood showing Monument that they can also do the driving maul.
Play. Okay, release.
Now that ball will come out. Here's Holzhausen. Sends the miss pass. That's a lovely line of running from Marco Palvi. Here's Carber again. Getting through a lot of work in these early stages.
80 off your feet.
Jordan Dupree gives it to Palvi.
Stay.
Now Holzhausen. Here's Carver again.
Release, not 8.
Quickly available. Now it's taken on by Lencho Brainard. This is the best passage of play in the game so far for Glenwood. Here's their hooker, another Craven Week boy in Quinton Forster. Good defence though from Monument. Dupree trying to start again, and probably not a bad option there. Just ran out of things that he could possibly do. Monument are going to run it back. Attacking run from Ivan Smith, and he's brought down. There's another kickable penalty.
Well, the trend you can already see is that Monument are really coming up with a massive line speed, which shuts out the outside option. So the man who gets the ball at first receiver has to take the ball into contact, and they're attacking that breakdown because the man will be isolated as he's got all his runners on his outside. But the penalties are starting to pile up now against Monument. They've given about 5 penalties already. None of them have been taken in terms of converting them into points.
See the people in the stand there huddling together for warmth.
Discipline. Okay.
Now, Jerome Bosser, we saw him attempt it with the left foot last time. Having seen him a reasonable amount, he can kick very competently off both feet, off either foot, I should say, if Hugh Bladen's listening.
35
either.
seconds.
If you kick with both feet, you fall over.
Definitely. I wonder how you're going to stand.
Okay.
So let's see how this one goes. See Namakaba in the background, wincing with pain.
Oh, taking the pain there.
This is an important kick for Bossa, and he's dragged it left.
Captain.
Oh, 9 points left begging. Two kickers were taking the kicks for Glenwood, haven't converted their opportunities. There's a work in the tackle from Ivan Smith was being tackled. Man coming in from the side was the big number 5 lock, Bonnard.
There's a lovely run from the left wing, Devon Bruff. Back from Jordan Dupree. Good hands there from Brummer, and a good quick offload from him as well. Bossa up from fullback. That's what he does best, hitting the line at pace. Now here goes Palvey. Listen to the noise in the ground now. Looks like Palvey's lost it forward. Advantage being played, and Monument have a chance to move this ball.
Roll 10. Stay. Advantage over.
There's a speculative little up and under from Xander Krier. And Bossa is caught in possession, but does well to get rid of the ball. And now there's a chance out wide. Good running from GJ Lubber. Lubber is very fast. Look at him go. Oh, he's just lost the ball forward in the tackle, but in fact, foot in touch before the knock-on.
Getting Lubber, giving a chance to stretch those legs. Can see their enthusiasm burns the 8th man, and he looks on that. Another hinge kick, but what a great tackle and defensive run and counter. Offensive tackle from Monument.
Ball back in play. Good pressure from Glenwood, but Monument come away with it. Good work from Hubert, and the penalty goes the way of the defending side. Cheerleader doing his work in the background there. And here go Monazul. There's a basic mistake.
It was a very basic mistake. They had a penalty, a long arm penalty, that they had an opportunity inside their own 22 where they could clear the field and take it easy and start to play off of the same pieces. Decided to go against that with the quick tap. Ever adventurous was Jacques Joubert. But the pass was not great in the hands from Hunter Lindenberg, letting him down. Turnover ball, attack and scrum now for Glenwood. You can see the pass, a bit behind him. He looked up, you can see he wanted to see what was his options ahead of him. There's only 2 options in rugby, or maybe 3. Catch, pass, or run.
Or don't turn up. That's always an option.
Exactly. Miss me, miss me, miss me.
So we're halfway through the first half. Remember, schoolboy rugby, 35 minutes aside.
Okay. So, yeah,
it must be frustrating for Glenwood. They've had the ball in all the possession, but they're still 7 points below. So all the territories within their side, they've tried their endeavour in terms of building up phases and see how they go. 61% ball possession already for Glenwood.
Just remember it's running time. So
and then on the territory, they just edged them by a % or 2. But this is what it's all about. It's about converting all of that territory and the position that you have and putting on the point. And now that will start to frustrate them. Let's see how they can come out of this slump. Maybe a good line break, and then from there they can build the momentum.
Bond.
Jordan Dupree to feed the scrum for Glenwood. He's got a split back line, 3 on the left, 3 on the right. And he's going to have a go himself. There's the lateral run, and he was looking for Bossa, couldn't get the pass away.
Tendency of players attacking the same space. Jadon carrying the ball on the slide, beating the man with his pace on the outside. Just now, he needed a complimentary angle from Bossa, the fullback, just to come on the switch to make it much easier for him.
Elbows up, both of you.
Handling errors, just 5 on either side. A lot of ball protection and security, not at high standard at the moment, but players have to get themselves up on that, pick up their confidence.
Crouch. Bond.
when play is down where it is now. It must be very intimidating for the away team. Big shove from the Glenwood 8.
Ball's out.
Eventually it is available. Look at the pressure being applied. They've done well to transfer the ball though, and Ivan Smith has found touch inside Glenwood territory.
Oh, it's a great exit from the Monument, making sure that they take the ball down to the fullback, who has an ample time and space to make sure that he can get a lot of ground and territory just inside the half of Glenwood now. Wide exits always give you an opportunity.
Shortened line out for Glenwood. Goes to Namakaba. Didn't look very straight, and that was the opinion of the officials as well. There's Namakaba. He's had a big game.
Okay, gentlemen.
Yeah, he's put himself out and about. There's an option in the line out. You can see outside arm. Look where the ball is on the outside arm. So just total giveaway for the officials to call that as not in straight. Now the position and advantage is with Monument.
Some big lads on either side of the front row.
No, your hooker must move left, please. Crouch.
The lad closest to us in the white jersey is Nathan Macbeth, and he's just 16 years old.
Set. Steady.
You can see that looking at him. Look at that power.
Jacques Hubert finding his fly half. There's a little wraparound move. It's all a little bit lateral. And Smith has lost it forward. Here's a chance for Glenwood from turnover ball. Here goes Marco Palvi. He's such a powerful runner. And once again, a good counter from Monument, but it is available. Here's Holzhausen. And this is going to be, oh, it's actually a knock-on advantage. And so here's a chance for Monument. Lovely running again from Hubert. What a player. He's going to go all the way. This is the second try for Jacques Hubert. And Monument have 2 tries to their name.
Oh, that's heartbreaking for Glenwood. All the position, all the territory. And every time they do turn over the ball, Monument is just exploiting that and taking an opportunity. Jacques Hubert is scoring his second try. But it's the heads-up rugby that he plays. It's the way that he exploits the space. Turnover ball, look what he does. Look at the space, no one in front of him. He starts to attack. And then look at that, turns the direction. This is when he starts to back himself. This is when the belief comes into him, knowing that he's got the time, he's inside the 22, he's going to finish under the poles. And Monument just 2 turnover, 2 tries.
You can tell he's a young scrum half. Old scrum halves always slow down and look for somebody to do the hard work. This one is over. It is 14-0 to Moners.
Oh, this is a throwback, 1995, 20 years ago, World Cup. Scrum half, tearing up the places. This is what Jacques Hubert does. Inspired run from him, knowing that it's his second try. As 14 points ahead, Monument. It's good work for Monument. Every time they've got that turnover ball, they know that they're in disarray. Glenwood and exploited that.
So the restart kick gathered by Thomas Meyer for Monument. Kriya with the flat ball, and that was read very easily and stolen. Brilliant work from Sean Maduna.
Tackle only. Tackle only.
Back it comes to Forster, running straight in.
Stay, midfield.
Carber lets it go, taken by Palvi.
Tackle only.
Here's Maduna. Maduna's still going.
No.
Back from Duprea. Oh, lovely timing of the pass to Namakaba. That was the loose head prop doing good work there. That's gone forward, and this is danger. The referee, though, saw an earlier knock.
I had an opportunity to work with Sian Maduna right here in Glenwood for the Investec Rugby. Look at this tackle. This is what inspires teams. And as he gets in there, he gets the feel of the ball. Look how out he goes. It's good work from the centre. A young man. And this is what it's all about. It's about inspiring his team so that they can get up, because they've had 2 tries against them, against the run of play. Now they want to have to do something so they make sure that they can build up on their confidence too. That's good work from Cian Maduna. He's starting to show what he's all about.
So we've got just over 10 minutes left in the first half. Monument leading by 2 converted tries to 0. Xander Krier has found touch. Xander Krier there, another one of those multi-talented boys.
Turnovers conceded. Oh, there's something that the coaches will be pulling their hair off.
Namakaba getting a hand on that, and well gathered in by Rainier van Rooyen for the Green Machine. Back from Duprier. Holtzhausen very nearly had that poached. Here's Palvi. Oh, and that's unfortunate. GJ Lubber, we've seen what he can do with ball in hand.
Oh, yeah. Palvi will be disappointed about his passing, the accuracy, passing the ball behind the man. As a winger, you want to catch it up on the fly, right into your stride as the ball comes into your hands. But there's an opportunity that they created. I talked about how Monument is trying to come up and shut the places down, especially the first receiver. You saw how close Holtzhausen was there onto the intercept, but then that does create an opportunity behind that. Not exploiting that or taking that full advantage was Marco Palvi's pass going behind Lubber. Imagine the team talk at half-time.
Sit, steady.
Front rows have gone down.
Okay, problem, that's
Yeah, you mentioned the coaches. Of course, Hans Kutsia, who coaches the first team at Monument, is in his 20th season coaching the first team.
Well, he's had so much experience. He's been at the highest level, I guess, in provincial rugby when he coached the Lions to the Currie Cup. So I could imagine that the consistency and the continuity that they have, the style of play, the kind of profiles of players that he brings into his school to fit into what he wants to do. So that's good for them. That's good for the school because they do get that continuity.
Now here go Monners. It's gone forward from Smith. The referee will give the scrum to Glenwood.
Well, there's a tendency of players, see how Monument is trying to get the outside backs to do their whiplash, inside backs running a bit slower so that they can make the passes and make sure that they pass are much more accurate. So that would be very disappointing because it's one of those trained moves. It's a skip too. Inside Sanders missing out the 13 to hit the fullback, and he could not execute that. So another thing to talk about at half-time for the coaches. Turnovers.
Important, I think, for Glenwood that they get on the board before half-time.
Sit. Steady.
Jordan Duprier with the feed. Palvi with the pickup. Tackled by Reino Potgieter.
Eight, it's gone. It's gone.
Nice little pass on the inside there to the charging AJ Pretorius.
Good tackle, good body position from Potgieter.
And winning the penalty for not releasing.
Holding on.
Just dominant tackles, always create an opportunity for the defensive side. Feeling the pain is Pretorius.
Just wait.
Yes, AJ Pretorius in a bit of strife there.
Okay, let's play.
He's spent most of the season on the bench. Christopher Klopper has been the loose head prop. Klopper is on the bench himself today.
Seems to be deputizing as a hooker too, Klopper. Coming on at 16.
That's a good piece of play from Bosser, keeping the ball in field, and throws the hallelujah pass. Lubber has it. Give him any space and he's dangerous. He's lost the ball backwards though.
Isn't that been the case the whole day?
Just gotta take it, yeah, thanks.
It's probably about 18.
White ball. White ball.
That was a strong tackle. And look at the work now. Because they've dominated the space, it's easier now for Potgieter to get himself in a strong position where Glenwood can't be effective in terms of their clean.
Good.
Well, his back is AJ Pretorius.
It's over.
And he's adding his considerable bulk to this drive. Here go Monners, though. That's gone forward from their 8th man, Len Massane. Now Busser off the left boot. Taken for Monners by Desby Hubert. Big tackle on Smith.
He's got it.
Oh, turnover ball for Glenwood. Let's see if they can score from here.
Stay.
Like Pretorius doing good work in there.
Get back.
Back from Dupria. It's gone forward from Forster. Advantage was not given, so penalty. Decision to be made here. Are they going to look for a new goal kicker? Vossa does seem to be out of sorts today.
Oh, just for confidence sake, I think going for touchline, and because they've been strong on the driving maul, I think going for the touchline, make sure that they get a 7-pointer. I know they'll go for the poles, yeah. I don't know how much is that going to change.
Yeah, I agree with you. Time for a change in tactics. Now, if you were trying to get your confidence back, this is the sort of kick that you would line up for yourself. Just to the left of the uprights, 30 meters out. Let's see if he can get it going. That's a much better strike. It's looking good, it's looking good, it's over.
Glenwood will take points at home. They're trailing here by 11 points. 14 points to 3 is Monument on the lead.
So we've got 4 minutes to go to half-time. Monument have had enough ball to score those 2 good tries, but generally Glenwood have had plenty of possession and perhaps haven't done enough with it. The restart from Zander Krier. Krier is up very quickly to make the tackle.
Stay 7, stay 6.
Here goes Pretorius.
Release 10.
In fact, that was tight-head Renier van Rooyen making the hard yards.
Release, assist.
There's another penalty against Monners. They really have given plenty away.
Oh, they have. Mostly on the offsides line. And now hands in the ruck. Told to release by ref as an assistant tackler. That was Holthausen, the number 12.
No more, eh? We've got to cut it out.
Actually, Palter.
Perhaps the last chance to build an attack in this first half for Glenwood.
All in.
Forster with the feed, full line out. It's gone straight over the head of everybody, but Renier van Rooyen has done yeoman work at the tail of the line out. Now back from Dupria. Holzhausen. Maduna on the straight hit.
Balls available.
Here's Palvi.
Release 10, release.
Quick ball available. Holzhausen through the hands to Bossa. That may have been a high tackle coming in from Elmar Duplessis. It's turnover ball. Forster is back for Glenwood. He's on his own.
Does well, the hooker.
He's scragged by Odwa and Kunyana and Ivan Smith.
No, didn't survive the clean out.
Jordan Dupria has it, and that'll be a Glenwood line out. So they've gone from an attacking line out to a defensive one.
No, they have to look at their tactics, Glenwood. I think Monners have sort of sussed them out the way that they play. They're always chasing on playing on the same side. I think if they have to turn around, maybe hit it up in the midfield, change direction, attack the forwards with your backs, mismatches. In that way, you can create opportunities. A bigger man defending a lot of space. Maybe that's where they have to start asking those questions.
A little bit of attention for Sian Maduna.
He's been strong. I think that his carries have been great. See the tackles made, and 13 only by Glenwood just because they've been carrying most of the ball.
Can you play number 40?
There we go, 50% hit rate in the tackles for Glenwood.
Tough one, because every time they've got those turnover, that's when they started missing over those tackles. I think sometimes they put a lot of players in their breakdown and then they open up the spaces on the outside, and that makes them very vulnerable on the turnover.
Just have a word to the guys about being more positive, okay? In terms of releasing and offsides. Right.
But it must be frustrating for the coaches. No continuity because of the turnover ball.
1 minute.
Lost ball in contact. Ball protection hasn't been great.
Confirmation from the referee to the boys that there's a minute left in this first half.
Going for a short line out is Glenwood.
Forster finding Kaba.
No! No! No!
That was an interesting sack.
Sack.
Holzhausen with the flat ball. Maduna hits it up. Blose comes in from depth to try and make that ball available. It might well be turned over. It is indeed. Oh!
Play on! Off the chest!
Slipping in the job.
Turnover ball now for Holzhausen of Glenwood. And that's is probably the last action of the first half. It is indeed. And so 2 converted tries for the Monument scrum half, Jacques Hubert. Both of them converted by his fly half, Zander Krier. And against a penalty from Jerome Bossa, who's missed 3 other shots at goal. So this game could be a lot closer than it is at the moment. At the break, it's Glenwood 3, Monument 14.